Hello, everyone. Terrence here with Hollywood Already Did It, and I'm going to talk about Antebellum after the jump. Real quick, if you haven't already, go ahead, like, share, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell below. Anytime we have something, you will be among the first to know. I don't know who this film was made for. This movie seems like, because I know that the directors are there's a duo directing team, and one's white, one's black. So you would seem like they would probably have the best interest at heart. But what they've made is a film that is just difficult to get through and does not have a payoff worth a damn to justify all the things that happen in this film. Now, I will say this. The trailers make you think this film is going to be one thing, and this is why I'm warning everybody who actually actively tries to watch this film. Those trailers are very misleading. That movie is nothing. Those trailers are nothing what this movie is about or what this movie is like. This film opens and closes with people basically getting the living shit kicked out of them. And if that's the type of film you're not prepared for, this movie's going to turn on you real quick. For anybody who is tired of slavery films or tired of the slavery porn or that type of film, this ain't for you because this movie works in a three-act structure where the first act is about 40 minutes of just brutality towards black people. And after the year that we've had in 2020, the years that we've had, the life that we've had, this isn't something that you want to sit through for the first 40 minutes. Then you have about a 30-minute, or actually less than that, about a 25-minute reprieve of a powerful black woman living her life, living her best life, and then you go back to the last 30 minutes of just trouble and pain and anguish. It's not a film that is interesting to watch, fun to watch, and it doesn't really act at all on the horror that I think a lot of people thought they were getting for something like Get Out, which is a much more smarter film. The messaging or the point they're trying to get across is a lot cleaner there, where here you never really understand what the point is. I mean, there's some messaging, there's some slogans that they put in here every now and then, like, oh, you think you can be quiet, you think being quiet is being strong. And so they have points like, so there's a lot of people who are content and perfectly fine with the way that they are, and saying if you don't speak up and if you don't lash out or you don't become the vocal leader of whatever it is to get you from under this uprising, that perhaps that is why you are in this situation and we need people to be a little bit more vocal. Those messages are kind of strewn throughout, but they are deeply, deeply underneath a very troubling and problematic film that just says that it's best to just beat the living shit. You're watching torture porn again in slave form, and it's hard to watch now. I think it's hard to watch for anybody. I think if you're seeing any type of reviews, and you shouldn't be seeing any that are positive, but if you're seeing any positive reviews, you're probably going to see those people from I hate to say it, you're going to see it from white people who have some type of a guilt because this film tries to make you feel guilty, and as they should feel guilty about this situation. This film evokes that nature from white people when they are trying to actively ignore that this is just an outright bad film. And it's a bad film that you would say, hey, is there at least a payoff to come out of this torture porn that they put you in for the first 40 minutes of the film? The answer is no. There is a quote unquote comeuppance or get back to the people that put um, our character Veronica under the situation that she's in. It's not justified to everything that she's lost, gone through, or more importantly, not just her character's gone through, that there are a group of people that have gone through. It is not justifiable. There's not a yin and yang or a balance level to what they go through to what actually happens. And then you have spoilers for those who actually haven't watched this or plan to, you have basically a village moment, which when you pull at the strings of it all, don't make a lot of sense. But it is done more so to be a message of saying, hey, we still live in a world where these monuments, this Confederate flag, this Confederate Robert E. Lee statue, this Confederate reactment camp or park still exists in this world. And we all have to sort of be a part of this world and live in it while that still is there, reminding people who are of that area, people who live in that area daily, that stuff is there. That messaging is there. It's just done so fucking ham-fistedly and so poorly that it's just like, why even waste time with this movie? It sucks to see that Janelle and Kiersey Clemens have attached themselves to something like this, because I think this is a movie that probably had better intentions in someone's brain or in someone's dream or in someone's conceit or concept than it actually did in the payoff. Because what you get is an hour and 48-minute film that is just very difficult to get through and does not serve any justifiable reason to do so. You finish the film like, oh, I thought if you were putting me through this much anguish and this much pain and this much just cringeworthy filming, that there would be some type of a get back or payoff or some type of a lesson learned, and I don't think this film delivers on any of that. This is a bad movie. You should avoid it at all costs. People ask, like, hey, is this something that I should? I know it's, even if I were able to get this free or if I were able to like download this and I have some free time, should I watch it? The answer is no. I don't think this is something that you should be wasting your time, and I definitely don't think that anybody who is African American should be using their energy on a film like this. We have a lot of other stuff happening in this world right now. This movie is not something that we need to mess up our chi, mess up our energy, mess up our day-to-day life watching this movie. Stay away, avoid at all costs. This is not something you should be seeing. For me, on that scale of once is enough, play it again, Sam, or give me a time stone so I never have to think about this film again. You guessed it, Doctor Strange, I need you, because I never want to talk, think, or see this film ever again. Those are my thoughts. If you've seen Antebellum, go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about it. I don't particularly, be honest with you, I don't care. If you like it, keep that to yourself. I'm honest on this one. I don't care. I don't want to hear how much like, oh, I thought this was doing this well. I don't. This is a bad movie. But if you want to go ahead and leave your comments in the comments below and tell me how you thought the messaging was this, have at it. You can follow us on Twitter at HollywoodADI. You can leave us an email at HollywoodAlreadyDidIt@gmail.com. We also have a podcast with the same name that is on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that plays podcasts. We are there. That is it from me for this. Like always, I got my ticket. You got yours.